Good day everyone. Today's lesson is all about transforms and object parenting. The learning objectives for this lesson will be about the transform component of game objects, parenting game objects, and gaining knowledge about internal assets in Unity. A game object's most essential component is its transform. Every game object always has this component, and it cannot be removed. The transform component contains the position, rotation, and scale properties of an object. Each of these properties contain three values, which are the x, y, and z-axis. 2D games usually only use the z-axis when creating parallax effects, which are essentially background and foreground elements moving at various speeds. The rotation property of game objects define how much it is rotated in relation to the game world or parent object, if there are any. The scale property of game objects define the size of the object in comparison to its native size. In this light, a 2x2 square scaled in a 3x2 fashion will result in a quadrilateral shape with a size of 6x4. Objects follow a hierarchy system in Unity, allowing game objects to be parents of other game objects. When an object is a parent of another, all the child objects will follow the changes of the parent game object. As you can see from the images, the parent game object uses the world space as the reference point of its transform component, while the child game object uses the center of the parent game object as the reference point of its transform component. Why is object parenting important? Just like the image on the screen, the tank game object becomes the reference point for each of its major parts, and each part will be the reference point of the other child objects that make up the tank's entirety. This helps in organizing game objects and making things less messy, especially when your projects become bigger. Unity contains some pre-made or built-in assets that come when creating a new project. These are called internal assets, and they can be in the form of scenes, which are also referred to as levels of the game; animations, which contain information about an object's animations; materials, which define the behavior of lighting on an object; scripts, which are the programmed behavior of a game object; prefabs, which serve as blueprints when instantiating them at runtime. Other types of internal assets are placeholders, sprites, and models. These are useful when the final game asset is not yet finished but you need to promptly work on it in Unity. In creating internal assets, right-click on the Assets folder and hover on Create. We'll create a triangle and a square sprite. To do so, find the Sprites menu item and select the triangle option. Unity will automatically create a pre-made triangle sprite directly into the Assets folder of your project. Repeat the similar process but select the square instead of the triangle. Now, you should have a square and triangle sprite assets available to use in your projects. These assets can serve as placeholders until the final game asset is imported into Unity. Here are the references for this video. Thank you for watching.